Welcome to Spiritually Raw. We expose and explore controversial truths, myths, and theories surrounding the spirit world. Guests includes investigators, debunkers, and skeptics of the supernatural, unexplained, and flat-out unimaginable. Content discussed on this show is not necessarily the opinion of the cast of Spiritually Raw, and topics quite often are for mature audiences only. This show is not intended to replace any medical, financial, or legal advice and is for entertainment purposes only. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Hey everybody, what's going on? I know you have a show to watch, so let me get real quick into this with you. Okay, so Ascended Masters you're watching right now, browse, select, ascend. It's very easy to use. All you have to do is scroll down here. You're going to see the different categories, sessions, courses, products, entertainment, books, conscious business growth. All you do is you simply click on the category that's resonating with you or that you're in need of, and you're going to see a video directory of some of the greatest minds out there. And within 5 to 7 minutes, you'll find out who that person is, what their style is, and if they're going to help you on your journey called life. It's a very easy formula to follow right here. And also too, if you're one of those who does have a product or service that you think that will be a benefit to others and you'd like to be on Ascended Masters, our email is in the description below. It's askspirituallyraw@gmail.com. We'll set up a time to chat and see how you can make a difference in the world for people. So hope you're enjoying the site, everybody. Thanks for sharing this, and much love to you. And most importantly, enjoy the show. We'll see you next time. Hello, everybody. How are you? And welcome to Spiritually Raw. And as always, thank you so much for your energy exchange with us today. Yes. And as always, we hope you woke to the most miracle morning. And we're also having the most fortunate day today. Our soul sister in the house today. This has been a really cool day. We've had some great soul sisters. And another one, Anahata, also known as Holly Hallowell, right? So she is here to share with us her journey on her life that could help us in our life, right? So we're looking forward to hearing more about Anahata there and what she's been going through. April will let you know about her in just a second. Thanks everybody for staying connected with us as you always do. And if you haven't already, just take a minute to hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff that goes along with that. And remember, you can watch all of this episode in its entirety, completely uncensored at spirituallyraw.live.
Awesome. Thank you. Welcome, Holly, Anahata. Anahata, I apologize. I'm going to just quick introduce you, give everybody a quick little bio of who you are. Holly Hallowell, she's dedicated to the revival of practical magic through water as liquid crystalline supercomputer that it is, with tens of thousands of students worldwide and dozens of certified practitioners. Holly's revolutionary methods are disrupting the manifestation and development space. She's the author of Light Memory, an Alchemist's Guide to Waterbending, and you can purchase that on Amazon. And make sure to check her out at hallowell.com.
Right, and all of her links will be in the description below. So Holly, Anahata, welcome. How are you?
Good. Thanks so much for having me, guys. I'm so excited to be here. As I was saying right before we broadcast, I live on a ley line, so the energies get a little tricky going in and out, and I do apologize, but we'll just roll with it. The audio always comes in good, so I appreciate everyone tuning in, and bless you on your path wherever you're tuning in from, and let's get rolling. I'm excited.
I love it. Thank you.
What a nice way to frame it all, right? Nice job on that. Okay, so let's talk about you. First of all, let's talk about Anahata. Where's that name come from, and how do you go from Holly to Anahata? Like, explain that for us.
Oh yeah, typical total breakdown into, oh my gosh, this is my life path. It's a similar story. I won't get into the nuts and bolts. You can read about it another time, but basically midlife crisis into surrender, into a download where I realized that we are connected to all things without having to have it present. This is the old, everyone talks about we are one, but I got it on a visceral level to where I realized you don't have to have that crystal with you, that herb with you, that color with you. We are actually all part of the same morphic field, and we can pull from that. Again, not old news, but as I went down the rabbit hole of understanding, like, how does that actually work on a scientific level, I realized there is a portal in your heart space. And so I was looking for a name that embodied that resonance of that heart portal. And I stumbled across a Sanskrit dictionary, and I put in vibration. And what came up under A was Anahata. And I was like, oh my gosh, I had full body goosebumps. And what that means is simply unstruck. It's Sanskrit. It's also the heart chakra. And I do believe at the center of that torus, that wormhole that connects us all, divine entanglement to the ether and beyond, it is that sacred space of unification, the 0 point. And so Anahata, it's more of like, I love people to say it because then it gets us into that space.
Vibration.
It's more of like
Yeah.
a greeting. Yeah. And then Holly Hallowell is my given name. And I was told, stick with that because the vibration is a very strong authorship. And so I'm going with that for my books, but I go by Anahata online. And that's essentially the streamlined version of how that came to be.
That's very, very cool. Waterbending. So tell us waterbending. I've never, other than the cartoon, the Avatar,
I know
what that is and how do like, yeah, just go there with us if you can. Waterbending.
Yeah, I will. I'll fill you in fast. I'm a Pisces ×3, my sun, my moon, and my Mercury. So I've always been very, very watery, psychic, etc., and visionary. And also I'm of the Hallowell. My last name is Hallowell, and that's of the holy well. So encoded in my DNA from my ancestry, I have this information about caretaking holy wells. So these are well springs that miraculously heal you. Well, I believe miracles are just laws of the universe we haven't learned to duplicate readily. And so always been open to all of this information and its accumulation. What I like to do is ask, align, allow, and then activate. And so through this process of asking, aligning with the information, it magnetizing to me and churning that in and then activating, I keep coming into contact with these massive downloads of information, one of which I was actually sitting in my kitchen and I was making dinner. It was a normal night. I wasn't really thinking about anything in particular, sort of loosey-goosey, just going about my business. And suddenly I had a vivid memory of 17,000 years ago when I was a waterbender. And I'm going, what? And it wasn't like I was, I knew what it was instantly. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm putting a pomegranate seed under my tongue. I'm scanning my bio needs energetically. I'm placing the seed in water and it's speaking to the water molecules. The water molecules are rearranging into this crazy sacred geometry, vibrating on a molecular level, the resonance that you seek. And so we were drinking, the water, we were somehow transferring the photosynthesis of the nectar of plants and trees into energy. We didn't have to eat a lot. We were using the surface tension of water as we walked. We were becoming more light than we were, molecular and transcending our carbon-based bodies. And we could actually walk on water. It was spectacular. And so long story short, I come back into my normal.
How long did that experience when you were getting this vision? How long did that last?
It lasted 2 seconds, but it was a download. So in my mind, in my fourth dimensional mind, it was maybe a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
Wow.
It's a very strange experience when you have that. It's like you're up to speed completely and you just have that and you're like, whoa. And so there I was, and I realized, okay, I need to take my love of assisting frequencies and channeling the essence of things, which is in my book, Anahata Codes, Directory of Codes. This one I wrote a long time ago, and I've been channeling for the past 7 years. So anyway, long story longer, I realized water is totally underutilized. I believe a lot of people are starting to talk about it. I've been programming the water that I drink as well as the water of the world, gridding, if you will, for the past 4 years, gosh, 5 years now that it's 2022. And so we can get into the logistics, but water is essentially a liquid crystalline supercomputer that taps through wormholes of the hydrogen bonds into the ether. And it's the closest thing we have to pulling through the 8th dimensional Akashic records into physicality. So this is dimensional time jumping. This is like pulling, if you can imagine, you're going down the cosmic aisle of a grocery store and you're like, I need a little bit of that and a little bit of that, and you can do that.
How do you
Really cool.
Anahata, how do you apply the technology you learned with the water from Lemuria and that 2-second download? How are you now able to apply it in your life now, like so in the present 2022? And can you help us get a grasp of that, if you would?
Absolutely. And so this is where my scientific mind took me on investigation as to what do we know about water and what don't we know. And I bridged both of them together in my book. And I teach people how to sanctify water, regular water, using the photons in their heart. And so essentially the water we drink is very dead. And to get practical with you, we really need to help it remember its innate structure, which is divine. And so to do that, you use the heart photons and gratitude. Masaru Emoto did a lot of research in this area. He found that water was sensitive to emotion, and specifically when you infuse like high vibe emotions, gratitude, love, all of that prayer into water, what happens is extraordinary. It starts to become a structured lattice, if you will, crystalline, and that means communication. And it goes from being dead and not really a transponder into this supercomputer. And that's just the template. So once you look at your water, just to get really practical, what I do is I write love notes. I look at it. I imagine the Merkaba, which is the light vehicle, spinning. And what happens is it doesn't change chemically, but structurally, and I would love scientists to back me up, grab some of my water, do this, look under a microscope and go, holy cow, look at this structure. It's really not new. People are doing water research all the time. And so after you have that structure template up, that communication is flowing, then you can essentially implant or project or pull from the ether. There's many techniques that I teach you how to do this, anything you desire. And each water molecule will hold that energy and information. So what happens is, it's very interesting because once you do that and you drink it, you are 99% water on the molecular level. The water then speaks to the other water molecules, so to speak, and basically they're singing the resonance. It's like a resonance remembrance, total body resonance remembrance. And I think this is the missing link in manifestation, because most of us realize that we are 90% subconscious patterning, and our body is an expression of our subconscious mind. When we can upgrade the water of our body, we are essentially overriding the subconscious with whatever we want. And so it's no longer like, be the wish fulfilled and hope. You can program elixir water and drink it, and your cells will sing that song, and you will become a match to whatever you see. It's absolutely spectacular.
That is spectacular.
So I want to help illustrate, to wrap my mind around what I think I heard you said. So you would, let's say, for example, would you like talk to the water or communicate with the water? Like, for example, like how people talk to plants, would you give it that kind of experience? You know what I mean? Like, how people talk to plants, right? Would you do the same thing there? And then if you want to go to manifestation with that, would you pray over the water kind of thing like that? And then just say, okay, look, I want this abundance, or I want this health, or whatever it is. And boom. And now then once you feel that, and at what point do you know when is the right time to say, all right, let me take that shot, it worked?
And let me tag on that. If you make like a gallon, we have a filter, a water filter. If let's say we make a gallon of water, do we do that just one time, or do you have to do it every time you take a glass of water from the pitcher?
Got it. Yeah, so those are good questions. I'll first address yours, April, and then I'll loop around back into Jay's. I have what's called a mother well, and I teach you this in my book. And what that is it's your structured water, right? This is bringing it back online. This is getting that sacred geometry flowing. This is helping it to remember that it is a liquid crystalline supercomputer. So I have a gallon jug of water, spring water, and I've placed on the side of it my love note. I have focused my heart photon energy into it. And so I have this gallon base from which, and I call it the mother well, you can pull little teeny amounts. Like, for example, I have this vial here of water, right? So I take that, and that's going to be my elixir. and I can infuse in it anything I desire. So this is where I teach you in the book several methods to do so. One, which is scanning in as if it is so. This is an ancient shaman hack, and it gets into some bio water and some pretty advanced stuff, but I'll just let you know. I have these little crystal spheres, right? Because a lot of my students were saying, I don't have pomegranates. How am I going to scan this in? And I was like, ooh, I know what else will hold energy and information. Clear quartz crystal. So I've attuned these crystals to do a very specific job. You place them under your tongue. I call it dropping in, and you scan. This is what I was doing in Lemuria when I was a Muan. And you scan. You can scan in using your conscious mind, right? So this is you imagining, let's say you have this goal you want, and if you're not there yet, but the trick is be it to see it. So here you are scanning your body, and you're feeling into the future you. You're really getting emotionally involved with having whatever it is. And you're scanning in that done memory. It's like time looping. That memory, it's no longer hoping. This is a memory, right? You're feeling it. And you scan it in and you take it out. Could be 2 minutes, 1 minute, and you drop it into the water. That's now it's in this clear quartz sphere. And now you go away, you do your thing. And for the next 6 hours, it's busy telling those water molecules that emotion, because it's already on a sanctified grid. And so when you wait 6 hours and you drink that, your body is then getting that memo on a cellular level, transcendent of your conscious mind into your into your subconscious, which is the whole reason why we don't move forward anyway, because we're letting our patterns hold us back. So it's totally revolutionary. The second way you can scan in what you want is simply opening the codes and literally scanning it in like a barcode. It's so wild. You can see the codes go in and then you drop it in. Now we can do this in a minute if you like, if we have time.
Yeah. I was just going to ask you. I want to make sure I got what if you can explain the scanning one more time. But let's say, for example, if someone is connected to a pink quartz or an amethyst instead of a clear quartz, could they use that, or are you saying use a clear quartz?
Hello, everybody. How are you? Much love to you. It's very good to see you and hang out with you. I hope you're having a fantastic day here. So let me give you some updates about what's going on with Spiritually Raw. So as you can see right here, right, a new facelift. I hope you like it. Okay, so this is the new facelift, the image of the site. So watch Evolve Ascend. It's very cool, very streamlined. Everything's broken down in very easy catalogs, playlists for you to watch whatever kind of topic you're looking for to help you on your journey called life. So let's check it out together. All right. So literally here you go, the homepage right here. You can scroll down. If you're already a member, same login and password as you normally do. If you're not, you can click right here, join now, get a 3-day free trial, check out and binge on the whole network as much as you want. I hope you like it, and I'm sure you will, but that's 3 days on us. Okay, so don't forget to check that out if you're not already. Here are some videos that are recent that we just put up there that you'll be able to check here. Now, also too, I want to go back here real quick, catalog. So this is how we've broken it down for you. Super simple and very easy playlist, new releases, intuitive psychic mediums, the Great Awakening, metaphysical, current events, 2020 videos for those of you who want to take a trip down memory lane and see how that all worked out. Prosperity, special report, I mean, so on and so forth. I mean, it goes on and on and on. We have really brought together the best minds out there that are coming in to entertain us, but then to break it down so simple, again, to help us on our journey called life. So this is really cool here. So also, I want to point out here for those of you who have actually said, hey, you know, I do want to have my own show. We also have a master course preview, and that's there to designed to teach all of you who would like to have your own show, or maybe even need some help in being interviewed when you are on other shows too. But let's go down a little further. I want to show you something else. So for all of you out there who have Roku, you simply need to click here and you can now watch us on Roku TV, coming soon within the coming weeks within probably a week or so, you'll see us on the iPhone, Apple. We're streaming everywhere. You'll be able to download the app soon on Apple. But as of right now, like I said, you can stream us anywhere there. So, and these are some examples of the topics that you're going to be watching when you do go to spirituallyraw.live. So thank you very, very much for hanging out with us, as you always do. Really do hope you are having the most miracle mornings and are having the most fortunate days. And this really is bringing you a lot of value. And again, helping you on your journey called life. So thanks again, and we will see you all next time.
We'd like to share a story. While it may sound fictional, it's very real and happening right now in front of our very eyes. It's called The Great Awakening. Our sisters and brothers that come on Spiritually Raw are doing everything to help expand global consciousness, and in many cases putting everything on the line to share their messages about what's happening around the world for the greater good of humanity. We are living in the most unbelievable times. Some may even say biblical, scary for many and yet exhilarating for others. Together we are taking part in getting everyone acclimated to the Great Awakening process and the exciting new discoveries that lie ahead. The sad part is many of our amazing guests are being heavily censored, socially shamed, and outright banned on many platforms for exposing the truth and piercing the veil. By becoming a viewer, you bring your powerful energy towards this global movement of other truth seekers. If you're resonating with our show, please let us know by hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, turn on the notification, and leave some comments. Together, we will turn the universal key to global harmony and create a unified world. And remember, tune in often, tell all your friends, and most importantly, may all your dreams come true. Thanks, and God bless Patriots worldwide.